So what's up, guys? We are back, and she wants to goofy hat. Hi, mamas. So today is going to be a video about a 2022.
We're gonna be waiting when mommy comes back.
Yeah, when mommy comes home, we're gonna go hot tubbing. So right now we're currently warming up the hot tub, and I thought my son's jiu-jitsu is going to be over in about 45 minutes, so let's do a quick video with my buddy's car. He went to Colombia, and he wanted to leave his car over at my house because he lives in an area where he can't really keep it in his garage. He's got too many cars at his house. But anyway, oh, you dropped your hat. Do the shuffle to move some cars because I want to bring his car in here under the light, and yeah. So I got to move my car, I got to move my wife's car, and then I got to move his car in. But before I move it, let's walk outside and take a look. And it's a 2022 BMW M4 Competition. And when you think about it, that's like a lot to say for a car. Kaylin, where are you going? And the thing that's really unique about this car is the paint. And that's why I want to bring it in the garage and show it off. So we had a huge storm out here recently. So his car's a little dirty, but we'll give it a good little wipe down before we give it back to him. But yeah, there it is. So let's move some cars out of the way, get that bad boy in the garage under some good lighting, and see what we think. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so here it is. There it is. Now that I got it under this light, you can see what I mean about the paint. I probably should have looked it up, but it's some kind of flat white. It's got the carbon fiber roof. But yeah, this is a 22 BMW M4 Competition. Up front, it is sporting. Let you get a good look at that. But it's a twin turbo 3-liter inline 6. And when I say this thing is every bit twin turbo straight 6, it's got torque. And once that boost kicks in, it pulls. It's super unsuspecting from a car like this. It's got a 8-speed automatic. And this car, I believe, is rated at 503 horsepower, if I remember correctly. And starting out, this car is only about $75,000. This one in particular, not so much. This one's more around 90 with the options that he has on it. But yeah, this is a rear-wheel drive, 500 horsepower, straight 6 car, twin turbo, of course. So let's start from the back here. The trunk. It's massive for such a small car. And I mean, it's huge. Like, wow. I like the little feature of you can just push this button right here and it'll close the trunk for you. I think that is pretty cool. Over here, when you come around, you see all the piano black trim that it has on it. Now, for me, I feel like since the roof is carbon fiber, all these little bits and pieces around it should also be carbon fiber, including the mirrors. But for whatever reason on this car, I don't know if he spec'd it this way or if they just come this way. But I personally feel like all that should have been carbon fiber, because on my wife's car, all that with the exception of the mirrors is carbon fiber, and on my car, same thing. When you look on the inside, oh, it's just gorgeous. Like man, I can't get over how roomy and like, oh man, I'm gonna steal his thunder right here, or his glory. He's had this car at least almost a year. Yeah, I did that. I totally did that, and that was so satisfying. In fact, that was so satisfying, I'm gonna go on the other side and do the same thing. And then I'm gonna let them know I did it because, yeah, that's the kind of friend I am. Let's just, oh yeah, there it is. Oh man, whew. There's only a few things I could compare to that, and I'm not gonna mention them. But anyway, back to the car review. Interior is just pretty nice. I like when you fold the seat up, how it just slides forward. And when it does that, it really makes it easier for someone to get in and out of the back seat. Now, I just vacuumed this car out because it was a little dirty, and I pushed that passenger seat all the way back. But there's still a wee bit of room. So you can actually sit pretty comfortably, and with the seat slid forward, I think you could comfortably seat 4 adults in this car. Yeah, I really like this car. The more I look at it, the more I look at stuff on it, it's an amazing car. I was looking at it earlier when I was vacuuming out, and then I noticed that it, like under the seat here, I don't know if I'll be able to capture that, but it's got a little subwoofer there, and there's also one on the passenger side. But then there's also a sub in the dash. So with that being said, you can only imagine the sound system in here is pretty good too. And keep in mind, this car starts out at $75,000, which in my opinion is not, I mean, it's not nothing to sneeze at. Don't get it wrong. It's a lot of money. But compared to other cars, for what you get with this one, I think that's a fair amount of money for this car. Again, I think he paid around $90 for this one because, you know, they have the dealer markup and some other BS, but yeah. And the only thing that I could see that's missing on this car is the little bits of carbon fiber. But I mean, any aftermarket shop can get that for you. So let's jump on the inside. Check out this interior. So it's a full LCD screen right here. There's a camera right here. And I also believe this car has a heads-up display. It has this cool infotainment area right here, so you can click on media. You have your Spotify, your Bluetooth, screen mirroring, which is actually pretty cool. I haven't tried it yet, and I know Hans hasn't tried it, but I think you can mirror stuff from your phone onto the screen. Yeah, it's super smooth on here. Let's check out the map. Usually that's where cars fail, and this one is kind of a basic map setting, so yeah, I mean, it ain't bad, but it ain't the greatest. You can zoom in, zoom out. Shows us in San Diego. I don't know why the map flips like that, but that's pretty cool. You got your home screen. Here's the other cool part. You have this M mode right here. Right now, it's not going to do anything because the car... Oh, it does do stuff. So right there, you can switch it between road, sport, and track. I'm going to be honest with you. I've had this car in road, and the suspension was the ride was better. The steering wheel just felt a little lighter. I put it in what was the next setting? Sport. The suspension did stiffen up a little bit. The steering wheel got a little tighter. The car felt a little zippier. When I put it in track mode, it shuts off the radio. It blacks out this center infotainment. It only puts up what you need on the display. And the steering wheel got a little bit tighter than what it normally was. And downshifts are very fast, very quick, very precise. Upshifts, same way. I haven't really had a chance to drive it in manual mode. I rode with Hans when he did it in manual mode. And this thing it's pretty crazy. It's got blue accent lighting here. I know you can't see it over there, but they're in the doors, and it's just everywhere. And then, you know, of course, it's got the carbon fiber all throughout here. And again, this interior is amazing. I did notice something I found kind of odd on this car. It's not anything crazy or nothing like that, but I was driving it, and I felt like I was speeding, but I wasn't. And I started like kind of like just noticing little things here and there about the car. Then I noticed how tiny this dashboard is. So I'm seated in a comfortable position, my arm outstretched. I can touch the windshield. I don't know if y'all can hear that. If I reach forward just a little bit, I can touch the end of the dash. This is my entire hand, and I don't have very big hands, but I have average size hands, and it completely covers this part of the dash. So I think what they did was they designed it to give you like a more closer feeling. You feel lower to the ground. I don't know. It's hard to explain. The best way I can explain to do this, all right? Go to the BMW dealership and test drive one of these things. And I guarantee you won't be let down. And if the dealership is not doing some crazy markup, I would definitely suggest buying this car. So I've been in quite a few high horsepower cars, modified and in stock trim. This car is completely stock, and it will surprise you. The 0 to 60 is quick. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's quick. It's for a street car. It's pretty quick. The turbo lag is almost non-existent. It's there, but it's not very noticeable. And like I say, maybe with tuning you can maybe squeak a few more, little bit more horsepower out of it. But I don't really think you need to do that with this car because the way it sits is actually pretty good. I do think they kind of dropped the ball on some parts. And for me, it's the aesthetics. Like right here, you get beautiful carbon fiber. Like right there. Right here, you get beautiful carbon fiber. And right here, I understand the piano key black. Like, I get it. But right here, why not make that carbon fiber? Like this little bit right here, I mean, come on. Like, why not? Even the trim around this would have been nice in carbon fiber. Because I got that throughout my entire car. Yeah. If I had to gripe about anything about the car, that would be it. Other than that, this is a awesome little car. Now, the other question is, would I buy one of these? Now, before I answer that question, I'm going to say my wife has a used Z06. It's a manual, and it is so much fun to drive. I have an R8. That V10 is something else. I can't get over it. That car is a monster. Had I not had either of those cars, I would jump on this car all day long. Since I have those cars, this car is more of a daily take the family for like a family cruise, type of car. I would probably choose this car over some of the Porsches that I've seen with the back seat because comfort-wise, this car is way more comfortable. If I didn't have my two cars, I would definitely buy this car. Oh, my air compressor just clicked on. Let me shut some doors. I can't really reach that one, so you'll just have to deal with it. But yeah, this is a very lively car. I would 100% recommend going to check it out because you can't get better. And then the other thing too, being that it's a straight six, it makes torque down low. That gets you out of the line really quick. And when it gets you off the line quick, it feels like you're moving faster. My wife's car, the thing that gets it off the line quick is it's supercharged. So that kind of gets it going. Mine, a V10, I have lag. And I have to wait till that car gets to the power band. It happens very quickly, but I still have to wait that initial, like, when you're getting on it, it doesn't initially do it, but it goes. It pulls like a freight train. Like, I can't complain. This car, it's kind of that happy medium. It does all that and then some. And this car will keep up with supercars, no problem. Like, I can't believe like BMW released a car like this, and this is like one of their mid cars. Like, come on, that's crazy to me. But yeah, I'm gonna do another video, and it'll be like me just kind of driving, kind of like giving you an idea of how this car, moves around, gets around, whatnot. And then I didn't promise my buddy, but being that he's you know, he went to Colombia for a couple of weeks and he's leaving it here. I kind of feel obligated to wash it. Like, it's sitting outside. We had a pretty good storm. And yeah, it's pretty dirty. But yeah, if anybody was ever curious about this car, maybe that's like help you have a little insight on, you know, what you're getting into. And like I say, if you ever get a chance to go to a dealership to check one out, I highly recommend it. I don't think you'll be let down. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, I would say this though. I do not recommend getting this color. And I'm going to tell you why. He had a tag in it. I actually went with him the day he went to go get this car. And it had a tag in there going over the cleaning procedure of this car. Nothing crazy, but you can never take this car through a car wash. There's a special type of rag, like a fiber rag, that you have to use on this because the paint is very difficult to paint match and correct. And if you get scratches or swirls in this, they basically have to do the entire car to get it to match. And that's what the BMW salesman and tech told us when they did the walk around and like explained everything about this car to him. So for me, I'm kind of like, if I go through a touchless car wash and get it to knock off the dirt, I'm totally excited. But if I got to like get it hand washed and bring special rags and all that, I'm out. So for me, I think just a regular simple paint job, nothing fancy, would do it. And then again, the lack of carbon fiber on it kind of kills it for me. We have another friend that's got a GT500, and I mean, on that car, the rims are carbon fiber, so it's kind of carbon fiber overload, and I love that about that car. This one, they went with more of a panda look, black and white look, or a stormtrooper look, whatever you want to call it. But again, it really works for this model of car. It's just not my cup of tea. But yeah, so I'm going to end this video. The next one, I hope to get it out and give you a little driving video. I got a crazy work schedule this week, so hopefully I get to it. If not this week, maybe sometime next week. Hopefully before my buddy gets back, but yeah, definitely check out this car. I don't want to be the guy to say this, but like and subscribe, because I'm starting to really take an interest in this YouTube thing. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna end it on that one.